everybody. I'm Rajani, and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. I'm so excited to have the queen of comedy with me. Of course, I'm talking about Maya Rudolph. She's adorable, she's fantastic, and so talented. Maya, thank you for joining in.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to straight go into the score that I remember you given way ago. You said, I'm not a woman in comedy, I'm a comedian. And it was almost 8 to 9 years back. And it's been a long journey for you, because since then there have been so many roles you've done, and things have rapidly changed because you also exactly knew what you wanted. How do you look at that statement today?
I think I had the luxury at the time of having worked with a group of women on Saturday Night Live where we were constantly being told that we were women in comedy, and we got to have conversations about why that didn't feel right. Same thing when Bridesmaids came out. People loved to make statements about it being women, and we were making a comedy. I think it's just good to remind people of who you are. Sometimes I think some people might go through life with being completely understood, but I know that my experience has been that I have to tell people who I am, and that's what I'm used to doing, so I do it.
Of course, the trailer is hilarious. And Molly, being Molly, is clearly living in that little beautiful delusion bubble of hers. And we love it. Things like that. I feel like there's a lesson a lot that people can learn from the show as well, which is why I think the show is so important. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like that there are times where we get to examine things that happen to us in life. And, this is a woman who is experiencing a lot of first times very late in life. And so she's able, with humor, to share that story. And I feel like it's just helpful for all of us to see people that we can identify with on screen that could be experiencing something for the first time or talking about things that have been taboo in the past. I think that's the nature of why this is a great medium to connect with people. I think we want to see things that allow us to look at our own lives and laugh when things are painful, and agree with things and connect.
I think what I love also about is that there's this romantic interest angle again. And I feel like often when you're writing about, women at a certain age and stories, you almost assume that they don't have that going for them. They're in the journey of self-love. And I feel that adds to the narrative, right? We don't see that very often in a lot of stories too. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like that this is a woman who is starting her life over. That I think when she was younger, she went along with what her partner's needs were and supported him. And now she's at a place in her life where she has to ask herself what she wants. And I love being able to have those conversations openly. I think, I don't know, maybe it's just that I'm a person who loves to talk about things, but I don't think we talk about things enough. And the more we connect with each other and have experiences where people can either see themselves or see, hey, this person is going through a hard time, or this person is, trying something for the first time, I think it helps people. So I love that Molly has, those mistakes publicly, but also those experiences publicly.
Absolutely. Let me asking you, is there a role that you feel people have never kind of imagined you in and you would really want to try? A kind of thing that you feel people don't ever see you in. And as an actor, it kind of bothers you, saying that, you've been in rooms, in conversations, and they're writing interesting roles for women, and they feel like, you do a certain thing well and they only want you to do that.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I forget that some of the things I've done are more, animation, or I used to think like, oh, I never want to be the bad guy. That feels hard to do. You don't want people to hate you. And then I got to do Disenchanted, and I got to be the worst, most evil thing in the world. And it was so much fun. I can't wait to do it again. I think there's just, I don't know, there's no end to the things that I want to continue to do. I think it's just a matter of finding the right fit. I think this was a nice way to try something totally different, which is someone I can't relate to at all in terms of her lifestyle, and yet finding a way to humanize her and find the parts of her that people can relate to, I think are fun. But yeah, I'm sure there's lots of good stuff. You caught me on a day where I'm not complaining about what I don't get to do, that I can't think about it.
That's always a good thing. But
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank
I'm looking forward to crazy roles coming from you, Maya. And all the very best and sending you lots of love.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rudrani, and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest today is so special. Michaela J. Rodriguez is a power that we all need to get in and
Wow.
celebrate. It's so exciting that you've joined us. But Michaela, one thing that I want to start with is I remember a couple of years back you had said that you want to truly feel equal and not lesser than.
Yes.
And particularly as an actor, as a trans woman, you want to feel that you're given parts that truly appreciate your acting talent and nothing else. And I remember you also had said that, I want to do something really hot and sexy. I want to do this action like a leading lady thing and lead a franchise. A couple of years ago, that was the conversation. How's it going today?
You know what? It's going great. That was a great question, and it's going wonderfully. The years that have gone by, the learning that I've done, the blessings that have happened, I'm thankful. And I'm going to keeping on. I'm not going to stop.
So we hope that we make that action film happen.
Okay. Yes. Prayers up to it. It will. We're going to manifest that.
Yeah, but it's and coming, of course, straight to Lute. It's such an interesting character.
Right.
I feel like besides the poise, which is very you anyway, but there is something so much fun in the way of belting out those sarcastic lines, and I feel. I think it's amazing. And I truly feel like it's a character that would have been to another woman. So I feel that way I realize you see potential in it, And I love it. I want to see how you look at the evolution of her in season 2.
I love the evolution of Sophia. In the very beginning, we got very, very closed off Sophia. We didn't know that much about her except for possibly like the inner, kind of small inner things about her. But now, second season, she's opening up a little bit more. I think now that she's been well established within the group, to the audiences, them getting to see more of her, them getting to see that she has a great rapport with her team members, it was only right for us to see what's happening behind the scenes, right? And I'm glad that people will now see that she is having a softer side to her, that there's much more than meets the eye. And there's so much more that goes on behind the curtain when you pull it back. And I'm glad that we get to see what happens behind the curtains of Sophia. It's hilarious. It's loving. It's charming. And it's sweet, if you know what I mean. I'm hinting towards great things, but it's sweet.
No, I think so. I exactly know what you mean. I think it's really interesting to see that. And of course, her bonding with Maya, I think. I'm going to end it on the note that I started with. If you truly had to today say that, look at the conversations about the kind of roles that are truly being written for trans women.
Yes.
What changes do you think still need to happen? And what changes are you appreciative of?
Well, I'll start with the ones that I'm appreciative of. Like, I'm very appreciative to actually have a role like this, right? Where my transness or even cisness is not being considered, but just the whole encompass of being a woman and what it's like to work up the ladder and finally getting your place. Sophia has worked up her way up the ladder, and now she is getting her space. And Molly, another woman who is in the lead, is opening that door for her. So that's the takeaway from it. I think what can happen more is more space be open for more trans women. We can always do that. We can always make sure that there's more space held for trans women in any part of the world. So I think that's just a constant thing that I'm going to have to keep doing. I have no problem doing it, and if I can do it through my art, so be it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. More power to you, Michaela. I hope you come to India and, meet us here.
Please. Give me an invite. I'll fly out, girl. I will be there.
Love it. You must.
I
So
will.
thank you so much. Sending you love.
Sending you hearts.